Hey y'all.
How's everybody doing? I hope you all are doing okay or doing well. I am back with another journal that I had started. I started this one when I started my journal for Anne Marie. So, I showed you this one before in another video, but I had started this one as well because I thought I was going to make Abby a big journal like I did for her for Sophia. And then I found out she was okay with a smaller one, so I made that little baby mother goose for her. But I finished this one up, and she's a big one. She's chunky. Um, this is a large journal, and when you see this video, it will be up in the shop. Okay, so it is 8.5 by 9.5, and then it's got a 3-inch spine. Okay, and I did the charm different on this one. I just didn't want to poke a hole up in here because of this fabric that I used on here, this applique. This was an old linen. It was like a linen towel, and I believe this came from Renee. And one of the kits I bought from her, it was either one of the kits or one of the Happy Meals she sent me. And I made this charm. So this is out of some old jewelry pieces, chain that I had purchased from Michele Scott, and made several charms. And this one I thought went really pretty with this book. It's got a little Tim Holtz thing that says "Just One Life," vintage buttons, several. I believe this might actually be an antique button. I always say button, and I should say buttons. And this is like this looks like a mother of pearl, but it's almost a silver. And then some little beads, little wire wrap buttons. This little Tim Holtz thing says story. This one says own your dreams. And then some little beads that I made. And then the wire wrap key. And it's got another vintage button here. And this one might be antique as well at this point. I'm not sure. And then there's a little turtle down here on the wire wrap key. And this one just attaches. I just really like the way this went with this book. So you can just clip it onto the spine up here, okay? Or clip it up here, or remove it, when you're working in it, whatever you want to do, okay? So that's the charm, and then I put together a nice healthy pack of some really cool fabrics and some vintage rickrack. There's some twine in there that's like 2 colors of pink, and I put some of my handmade buttons in here and some other little buttons and little trinkets that you can use, some brads. And there's some more extra things here in this little bag, and then I've got to put I'm going to put this in there as the writing board. I just thought this was super cute. It's from a board book that came from Chastity that is called Puppy Too Small, but the little puppy is just carrying the little baby bunnies. I just thought that was really cute and would go cute in here. And then this is another piece of a board book from an Eloise Wilkins book, and I thought this might be fun to use as a tag. You can make a big tag out of it. You could cut it straight. Use the image, cut it out, or, maybe, cut part of it off and use it as a tuck in here if you want to. It's a thinner chipboard. But anyway, and then some other book pages that I thought would be cute. There's a bunch of stuff tucked into the book, but I pulled, I love Richard Scott, so I pulled some book pages out of one of my books that I thought would be really fun to use in here with the baby book. So you'll get that with it, along with the charm. And then one of my ties, one of the scrappy ties. And this one, this is not necessarily vintage. These are some newer fabrics. This particular fabric right here, I believe, is vintage, but some of these other ones are newer pieces that I just made a bunch of these ties a while back and made some, you know, girly looking ones and some just shabby ones and a whole bunch. So that one went really well with this journal. So now the book it's actually a repurposed book cover and back that I painted. Sorry for saying Let's see what the color. It's I meant to grab this. I painted it with this bright teal. First I gessoed it, and then I actually painted it yellow. And with this little girl image, the more I looked at it, and then I wanted to use this, so the yellow against the yellow, I wanted something contrasting. So I love this teal color, and I thought it just looked really pretty with this image, and it sort of brings out her blue eyes. And then it's, you know, contrasting to this, you know. So anyway, so I went with the teal. So it's painted here, and I did not seal it because this was like a linen cover book, and I just don't think it needs it. If you do purchase this journal, you know, if you're using it inside and you're not going to haul it around with you and that kind of stuff and take it out into extreme weather or rain, or I wouldn't worry about it. If you happen to purchase this journal and you want me to seal this image, I will, okay? Just let me know if you purchase it. But so far I have not. I haven't had a problem with any of mine. I work on them inside and at home. So anyway, so I painted it on the back. There is one little scuff here. I left it. I like the look of that. I think we all like the look of things as they age. So I just left that. I didn't cover it back up. I inked around it and did some inking on it with Vintage Photo just to kind of tone it down a little bit, so it wasn't such a, you know, bright color. I mean, it's still bright, but it looks a little more aged. And then I layered this fabric on top of this fabric, okay? And I stitched it on my machine, and then I glued this to the book. So I actually bound the book first before I added the outside, so you do not see the actual binding on the spine, okay? And then before I glued this down, I stitched these buttons on with different colors of embroidery thread. So this is like a teal color, this is a light green, and this is a white or off-white. And I just alternated those colors, okay? Then I glued everything down once I had the book together. Then I glued all this onto the book, onto the spine, okay? So anyway, it's really, really pretty. It feels really good. This is really nice. You can feel the applique. I didn't want to stitch through that. And then the rickrack, like if you want something else here, I like it like it is. You know, I didn't think it really needed anything else, but if you wanted to add, you know, rickrack down here, you know, I put some in here, okay? So this journal has over 120 pages, and so if you double that, it's 240. It's actually more than that, but it's, she's big, okay? And but there's a ton of room in here, okay? And she lays flat, so if you take this and you she lays flat, and I put a lot of stuff in here, so if you were to go through and pull all the stuff, the additional stuff that I've added in here, you know, it's not, you have more, there's room to grow, okay? It's not as thick. So there's another bag of goodies in here. There's some little die cuts in here. There's some washi tape. There's some washi tapes in here, a fabric washi for you to use. There's a couple of little pregnancy journaling cards, like if, you know, if whoever gets it wants to do a little bit of journaling about her pregnancy, that's in there as well. And that little bag that you can use. And then, so on the inside, I used that same fabric that I layered on the outside for the inside of the book. And then This is some fabric that I got from that Jen gifted me. Thank you, Jen. I love those fabrics. And then this came in one of Renee's kit. This is linen, okay? This is a linen, and you can pinch it and you can tell it's linen, okay? This was like a linen placemat, and it had this beautiful lace around it. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if that's hand done or machine's done, but really pretty lace around it. I thought that would make a really pretty pocket on the front and the back. So I did paint around the edges, added this fabric, and then I put some ledger paper. This is scrapbook paper that I thought was pretty. It's a little more subtle than this, so it would go well together. And then stitched all around that, glued that in, and then I did stitch around this linen so that it won't fray, you know, anymore. It'll fray a little bit, and made a pocket on the front and on the back. Okay, make sure I'm in frame because this book's so big. Yeah, so you can see, did the same thing back here. I didn't add anything else to this right here. I thought maybe if you decide you want to add some little trim, or, you know, I put some little goodies in there if you want to take a bulb pin and add a little button or a flower, you know, whatever. I left that there. And then there's more goodies back here, okay? So, this came from a vintage book that Jessica had sent me. It's just that front page that says a baby is born, and I just put 2 little stickers there. And then this is a little card that says a bundle from heaven. It's a little vintage card. It says we've been blessed with a baby so precious and small, a little bit of heaven and the dearest gift of all. So you can write the name, the arrival, the weight, the parents. And then in here in this little envelope, I put some little cutouts, things like that you can use in there. Little die cuts, things that I've cut out from books and stuff. Okay, where'd my paper clip this way? Fumble fingers, that I always am. So I just clipped that there and just kind of left you a blank slate there, okay? And then the pages are staggered at different sizes, and then there's some flip outs. This is a precious little get well card, but I thought it was so cute. You could cover this get well quick up. You could just put some little washi or paint over it. But I love this little baby duck, you know? So I thought you could use the black and white one. You could cut it out, you know, as a little tuck spot or on a pocket. And then you could also use this one, you know? Or you could put it on the side of a page, you know, glue it right there, and it's a little tuck. Well, you lose the back. You lose that, though. So that's why I didn't do it like that, and that's why I didn't cut it up. I just left it there. I thought it was precious. Super old, really cute. Put a little sticker here. This is from a book that Jessica sent me as well. So this has baby's birth, and there it is written in here, but you can always just kind of gesso over that, some white paint over it, and write your information in there. Birth certificate on that side. This is one of the little Project Life sleeves that I stitched in. Put a little journaling card, and then this is a little, this is a digital printable that I purchased, and I can't remember. If you want to know, let me know, and I will message you back on that one. I can't remember where I got that one from, but that's just cut out and stuck on top of this card. So they're separate. And then I made a couple of little tags in here from the scraps left over from the paper. I just simply folded them over and made a little tag and put some little ribbon on it. I thought that was a cute way to use up some of the scraps. But then there were still a bunch of other scraps that are in here for you to use throughout the book. There's a little vellum envelope with some other little goodies in it. This is a stamped image from a stamp that I have that I just stamped it and cut it out. You can cut it out even further. You put it on the top of a page as a tuck or something. Little journaling card. Maggie Holmes gift wrap paper that I love. I use that in just about everything that I make now, except some of the vintage stuff. Really cool vintage music page. This came from one of those little mom books, and this has part of Charlotte's Web on here, and the story. And there's Wilbur the pig. Scrapbook paper and a little scrapbook tab. And this stitching, there's a lot of sewing in here, but it's all in white. That's what was in my machine, and I kind of wanted to keep this sort of that light look. So this came from this actual book, the Ask Me Book of Best Loved Fairy Tales, and on this side was Cinderella. There's some of Renee's avocado dyed paper that I purchased from her. And this is from a vintage poem book, and on this side it has a poem about baby. And on the other side, I believe it's the children of the weeks, like Monday's child, Tuesday's child. Really cute. I just extended this page with one of the scraps of the paper, scrapbook paper. This has a Incy Wincy spider. This might not really be relevant. Oh dear, what can the matter be? But I love the image on here, and you could always cover this up with a strip of paper or something, journal on it, put a photo, you know. This is some little eyelet trim, and then I attached a little ladybug charm. I made this a flip out from, this is Evening Prayer from a little golden book, Prayers for Children. And then on the other side of that, I just flipped that over and stitched it, and then added some fabric washi. Here's one of my little tags that I love. It's like Mama Cow and Baby Cow. I had this in my stash, and I thought it would look cute in here. So that's the first signature. And then the second signature, just did a little fabric tab here. And then some Bambi pages. This is a Pooh book page. More scrapbook paper, and I extended the page. Vintage children's dictionary page. Another little Project Life sleeve, and then this is a little printable card from KB and Friends, and this came from a little book. I can't remember the name of the book. It's got Sweet Dreams. It's got the little bear sleeping on this side, and it says Sweet Dreams on the other. And this is another little KB and Friends printable. More Maggie Holmes wrapping paper. This came from the book for moms. I thought that was really pretty. Mama and her baby. More scrapbook paper. And then this I haven't finished yet. I'm gonna make a pocket out of this. I'm gonna back it with some other paper and stitch it and put that in here. I forgot about that. That's the one thing I hadn't finished. This is some more of the avocado dyed paper from Renee, and it's like a children's workbook. This came from a really, really super cute Peter Rabbit book that Jen sent me, and I made an envelope out of this, and then I was messing around with it and it tore a little bit, so I put some masking tape and then a little fabric washi right there. But there's an envelope here. There's nothing in this envelope, but I thought this image was so cute. I'll put the paper clip down here. The little bunny. And then you can cover this up. You can totally gesso that or cover it up with paper, a lined paper, and write on it. The other side of the other little pocket. This says You Make Me Happy. This says Lovely. Put some of my white fabric washi there. This is a collage little pocket that I made. I did like a big collage sheet and then cut it in little pieces and made little pockets and tucks out of it. And I thought that was cute with the little ducks. So you can put that wherever you want to. Pooh. And then that's the end of the second signature. So there's 5 signatures in here. I love this paper. This is Maggie Holmes paper, and this is one, it's called Garden Party, I believe. But look, it's got the little, so it's got the little deer, it's got the little chicken, the rabbit, the swan. It's like a little greenhouse, and the house, and a little duck down here. Love this paper. one of my embellished pockets, book page pockets. Another little paper tab. This came out, this was a book by Eloise Wilkins, a baby book. And it has all the babies on it. Excuse me. And then here's one of my slide pages, and this is a newer one. I'm out of, I think I used all my vintage ones up. And I put a bunch of goodies in here, some little die cuts, butterflies, a little stamped elephant. There are 3 milk caps that I found when I was in Tennessee shopping the last time I went. One is a grape soda. I thought that would be cute in here. It's the grape drink, and then this is the orange drink, and then this is chocolate milk. 2 of Phaedra's little handmade crocheted flowers, and one of her sunflowers that she made for me. You know, hearts, all that good stuff. Bunch of little fun stuff to use throughout the book. And this is some really cool vintage gift wrap paper, and I believe Jessica sent me this a long time ago. I've been using some of that up. This was from the little golden book. More wrapping paper. Another bunny page. Vintage ledger. Scrapbook. And then this is the cover. This is like the back cover of a little, you know, soft book. Called Crybaby Duck. But I thought it was so cute, and then it's got the old tape on it and everything, so I thought whoever purchases this, it would be great as a tip-in, you know, and you could write on the back or add a photo or make a pocket out of it, but I just clipped it in here with a big paper clip. And then these are some dictionary pages that I just simply folded over, and that gives you a little tuck in there. And this is another Mother Goose book that Jessica just recently sent me, and it's super cool. These pages are so nice. It's so old, but this paper is super cool, and the images are just so cute. I thought that would be cute in here. This was the little snippet left off of the linen that I cut to use on the spine. So I just made a tab out of it and put one of my little beads that I made on here. Here's just a little pocket. Here's another little duck page from another little book. I think they're so cute. They were these little round books. Really cute. Nice paper. Really nice paper. And there's a tuck on this side as well. It's a little pocket. Here's the other side of that bunny page with 3 little bunnies there. So this would be cute. You could actually just make this, you could glue that to that page and use it, or you could make this, glue this down and make that a little pocket. I'll try not to just repeat myself 100 times because it's pretty much the same, you know, it's vintage book pages, it's scrapbook paper. Here's a little paper clip that I made a while back, and I had that in my stash. It says Tiny Little You. And I think this is pretty too. And it says Mother holds baby while he drinks. It's a happy time for both of them. I'm really happy with the way this book came out. I think it's really pretty. I added a lot of things to it. This is a little snippet from some vintage lace that I had that I used a piece of it in Sophia's book, and I used a piece in Anne Marie's book, and I had this one little snippet left. So I put it in here and added a little green bead that I made. This is the kind of thing I will do when I go visit friends. Like I have a friend that I'll go see and visit, and I'll take my bead box with me, and I'll either make charms, or I'll wrap buttons, or I'll make little beads, and it's a good way to just kind of sit and watch TV and relax, but yet you're getting something done at the same time. I'm one of those people that I do have a hard time just sitting still, unless I'm totally exhausted, you know. So anyway, but like on a Saturday, like I cannot just sit unless I feel bad. I cannot just sit and like watch TV all day. I can't. I've got to do something. So that's what I do. Here is another, this actually came from the Crybaby Duck book. And I just made a little pocket out of it. Added some little scrap of, this was another scrap of another lace, I think. Yeah, it didn't come off of this. And some washi and some of the little felt buttons that Jen sent me. And some vintage Rick Rack. Made a pocket. And here's another one of the little tags that I made. Just out of the scrap. And then added some of that fun little yarn, that little fuzzy yarn. This says, welcome baby. I just added this just to kind of extend this page a little bit because it was, I don't know, it was lining up too close for me. I just added a little scrap of music paper. Another vintage book page. Made a pocket here. This is a scanned image. Oh, almost, Lord, did I glue it in there? I just about did. Well, it's a scanned image. I just tore the little thing there, but you can cut it off down here, or cut this out. So this was, I'm not supposed to make copies of that, but I did. I only made a couple. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. So this came from my old Mother Goose. There is a clown on this, but if you don't like the clown, just take a scrap of scrapbook paper and cover it up and you got all the dollies. So, no, this wasn't Mother Goose. This was the old little engine that could. Because here's all the toys and stuff, yeah. Another vintage workbook. Scrapbook paper. I made another pocket, and there's some little journaling. There's some little journaling cards in here that came from scrapbook paper lines. This is from a really cool little kitten book, and all of it was pretty much in black and white. I love these images. So it's the cats after the grasshoppers. Bambi. And then here's the other side. I tried to fold that so that you got really a cute image on that side and on the other side. Another photo. Why does my brain always go dead, y'all? Project Life. And then there's a journaling card in here. That's a Prima journaling card. And then here's images that came from that little book. And this is Wish Upon a Star. And this one is Fall Asleep with the Hint of a Smile. So like it looks like the mama and daddy putting the babies to bed up there. Or maybe they're eating. I don't know. They're in their house. It's really cute. And then this came from another paper line. I think it's really pretty. It's from like a farmer's market paper. But I love that. Because I tend to like mix all kinds of stuff together. Anyway, there's the other side of that other page with the baby duck. It has another baby duck in it. And then this is a printable from KB and Friends. This is a newer printable that she's got, which is really cool because it prints out like this envelope. And then you print it out, cut it up, and then glue it. So I just put one of these in here. It's like a pattern. It's really cute with the little girl's dresses and the little boy here. And then another tag in here. Another double-sided, like I did the other ones. I just stuck that in here. So that can be moved around. Try not to make too much stuff permanent so you can move things where you wanted them to. Another, the Happy Halibut. Another little kid's music book. And then this is a printable, and I'm not sure. I think this might be one of Roxy Creations printables. And I cut it out, and I thought it would be cute if you glued it here and had a tuck, but you could really glue it anywhere. So I just paper clipped it in. So that's the fourth signature. Are y'all still with me? I know this is a long video. This is a huge book. Let me see what time I got. Yeah, I knew it was going to be a long video. Anyway, so here I put one of my little beaded paper clips. That's another thing that I'll do, you know, when I'm just sitting doing nothing. And then I put quite a few things in this little pocket. And then another one of those things that came in that printable was these little popcorn things, which I thought were fun. So you print these out and then you cut them out and fold them up and then glue them and you've got a pocket. So I'll put that in here for whoever gets this journal can use it wherever they want to. Okay. And then there's other bits and pieces. There's some more little bits of fabric washi. There's this little, one of these came off the Authentique paper line that says, "Let me love you a little more before you're not little anymore." So you can put that, figure out, let you decide where you want to put that. A little frame, a little journaling spot, this little felt camera. Just some fun goodies to use. And then you can totally leave this in here, or you can take it out, you know, and you can put it in the book and flip it in. Another little book page from a golden book, bedtime stories, and a little flip out here. This is a little It's a Party invitation, that's vintage, and then this is a journaling card that is not vintage. More paper, scrapbook paper, lined paper. This was Renee's that I purchased from her. Little engine that could. More vintage gift wrap that I thought was really cute because it has the little has the little pink elephants and rabbits and lions and teddy bears. Another kids book page with the little birds. I really like the little bird side. Some music. This is the gift wrap music paper. This is tea-dyed paper. This is like a coloring book. Coloring book page, but they're thicker than a regular coloring book, and I just folded it up so you have that little tuck. Winnie the Pooh dictionary. This was a scrapbook paper that has the length and weight and name and all that on there. This is from Three Little Bears. I put all the scraps in here from the book, the scrapbook paper and stuff in there. Yeah, I'm trying to hurry up at this point, guys, because this has gotten really long video. But I just wanted you to see. Now here I stitched on some more pockets, and so you can add other things back here. You can just add photos or little bits and stuff back here. It's a little off. It's not super straight, so just be aware of that. I got a little off when I stitched it. If you don't want it in here, though, you can always come up here, and you can totally cut this off and add something else and use this somewhere else. I didn't fill it up because I did get off just a hair, and it's not super straight. So that's the Three Little Bears. I love that image. And that is the end of the book. So you can see there's a ton of fun stuff in here to play with, but if you pull all those extra things out, there's a lot of room to grow in here if you pull those extra things out, you know, not necessarily use them all, because it's still not an alligator mouth book, not yet, even when I put this back in here. Okay, but she is a big book, so this will last you for a while, at least a year. How Sophia's lasted me, and I took a lot of pictures of her, and hers is super thick, hers is not quite as big as this one, but Anne Marie's is, so that's why I made hers a little bit bigger. And Owen's didn't make quite as thick either, but anyway, I love the way she turned out. She's super, super pretty, and would make a great gift, a great book for a new mama, a new baby, or second child, or if you just like this kind of thing. I mean, you don't have to. You could actually use this for an everyday journal, and anything that's referenced to a baby, you could just cover it up, you know. So if you like this kind of thing, it doesn't have to be. I mean, that's kind of what I put in here, but it doesn't have to be for that purpose. So if you just like this type of journal, you know, and it could just be for a little girl, and you could, you know, you could cover up the baby stuff. It would so work. Anyway, I think I've rambled on enough. Excuse me. I do have, real quick, if you're still with me, I do have some other journals coming. that I've been working on, so I'll give you a sneak peek. These are fabric journals. So totally, the cover's totally fabric. And they're the kind of flip out ones like I did the file folder ones. So I'm working on those. I've got 3 of those. I hope to have 2 of them, at least 2 of them finished in the next day or so, I'm hoping. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, so that's what's coming up after this one. And let me know what you think about this one. It is bigger than what I normally do. I like this size journal. You know, I like a larger journal, especially to work in. I can't do anything small and tiny, so. But anyway, let me know what you think. And if you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. If you're a new subby, thank you for coming. Thank you to all my old subbies, or my regulars. And I appreciate you all and love you all. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.